So I figured I would make a video of some things I like about Florida and some things I dislike about Florida. I'm from Georgia, so Georgia and Florida aren't that far away from each other. They're right next to each other. What am I talking about? But they're super different. And I'm from North Georgia, so it's a lot different to be surrounded by pine trees rather than to be surrounded by palm trees. The weather, everything is different. What I like about Florida, number one, it's basically paradise. I mean, to look out my window and see palm trees outside, that's pretty cool. The beach, I live like 10, 15 minutes away from the beach. And when it's a good season to go to the beach, you can watch the sunset, and it's absolutely beautiful and I love it. There are so many different like animals and insects and bugs here, it's ridiculous. I'm used to seeing cardinals and robins and crows from where I'm from, and here you basically don't really have any of that. But you have some of the weirdest looking ducks, and I mean some like amazing herons and cranes and just seagulls, and it is summer almost all the time down here. Like, you're just about constantly going to wear flip-flops and shorts and a tank top or a t-shirt. Very rarely will you need a coat or a sweater or fleece lined leggings or boots. I'm more of a grungy style person, and honestly, you can't dress like that down here. You will burn up. Rainy days. It is very often we have rainy days. A lot of times during the summer especially, we'll get a lot of rain towards about 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and then it'll quit, and it's already so hot anyway that it just evaporates up. It's not gonna stay very long. It rains a lot down here. If you like storms and thunderstorms, you'll love it down here. Tanning. Just about everybody down here is tan, except for me, because I'm white and I work all the time. All the time. Plus, my skin tone, I do not tan. I burn, I might freckle, but I do not tan. So that's a plus side for other people, not for me. And honestly, it's a cheaper way of living down here too. There's no way that we could afford to rent where I'm from. It was just a ridiculous amount for just a studio apartment, and here you can find pretty much affordable living. Buying a house is generally cheaper. If you go out into the rural parts of Florida, you're gonna pay a lot of money. And when you're in city, you actually pay less. It's kind of weird, and I mean, at least that's the way I feel about my area. It might be different in different parts. There are so many different walks of life here. You will meet people from so many different countries and so many different states and areas. Everybody has a different accent. Everybody's from somewhere else. There's actually very few people I know here that are from here, that were raised here, that live here. So many different walks of life and so many different cultures, and they just kind of meld together here. Everyone seems to be pretty chill. Everybody wants to visit you. They just want to come down here because, yeah, they want to experience a vacation, and they also have a place to stay. Some of the things I don't like about Florida, it's not always paradise. I'm working all the time. I have a full-time job. To be able to afford to buy a house and to pay my car payment and all that, I have to work. And it's not always a walk on the beach. See what it is here? Very rarely do I actually go to the beach. Very rarely do I actually experience what Florida has to offer. Just because I'm not here to visit, I'm not here on vacation, I live here, so I don't get to experience as much as I'd like to. The snowbirds. You will hear everybody who lives here talk about the snowbirds. They come and they go. It's a benefit for retail because it boosts our sale at certain times of the year. But oh my God, they cannot drive, they are crazy, and they're rude. Most of the time, they're rude. Now, not all of them, we're definitely generalizing here, but snowbirds are the bane of our existence in Florida. Traffic gets horrible. There are so many wrecks because of snowbirds usually. And I mean, honestly, the amount of just like buses and RVs that they carry around, and it's just like, they don't even know how to drive these things, let alone drive a car. I mean, come on. And it's just, oh my God, snowbirds. Snowbirds and tourists like to trash our beaches. And it's really sad because we have some of the most beautiful beaches here, and nobody takes care of them. We have a lot of sea turtle nests, and people don't respect that, and they don't respect the wildlife here, and they just trash our beaches, and it's really sad. So if you are going to come to Florida, please take care of our beaches, and please just be nice in general and don't litter. Please. The smell. It smells disgusting in Florida. And this definitely has to do with the time of year. Like summer, a lot of times it's this like sulfury, like humid smell because it's always raining, or there's just a lot of sulfur in Florida apparently. It's just, and like right now at our beaches, currently we are experiencing what's called the red tide. And I believe it's some kind of bacteria that gets into the water or that's into the beaches. And do not swim in red tide. Just don't do it, okay? And that's another thing tourists and snowbirds don't understand. They will swim in the oceans when there are signs saying do not swim. That is for your safety, do not swim. Plus, if you see a lot of dead fish along the side of the ocean, that's not a good time to swim. That's usually the red tide. Right now, we are experiencing that. We went to the beach the other day and there was just dead fish everywhere and it smelled horrible. Like I just walked out and it smelled like wet dog. It's gross. Also, our water tastes gross. I'm not the only one who experienced this. I guess we have a lot of minerals in the water too, so your utensils, cooking utensils, anything like that, if you don't dry it off immediately, it will rust immediately. It just rusts. And it's really hard to keep your sinks and your toilets clean, and the water, it tastes weird. I mean, you can drink it. It's not gonna kill you. It's not gonna hurt you or make you sick. I grew up on well water, so this water does not taste very, ugh. A lot of people usually get their own filtration systems, or they buy water, or they get the water jug, you know, things. There are gators everywhere. We had 2 taken out of our lake so far. You cannot enjoy a lake or a pond in Florida like you can in Georgia. Like in Georgia, you could go swimming in a lake anywhere and you'd be okay, just about. But here in Florida, you don't want to do that because there's probably a gator in there. There's definitely a gator in there. It is too hot and humid here. Let me tell you something, it is always hot here. And oh my God, it's horrible. Heat exhaustion is a true thing here. So if you're here and you're staying here, you're walking around or you're going to the beach, stay hydrated because it is really hot. And it's so humid, just forget about doing your hair. Just forget about that, don't worry about that. It always rains in storms. Now, this could be a bad thing and this could be a good thing, but here, it's always just like, oh. In Georgia, usually when it rains, it's pretty much raining around the whole town. I used to have my rain boots, and you come down here and not too many people wear their rain boots because it might be raining here at my apartment complex. I'll put my rain boots on, and once we get a half mile down the road to wherever we're going to the store, it ain't raining. And people are looking at me like, why am I wearing rain boots? Also, if you plan on doing something, plan on it raining, because even though the weather says it ain't gonna rain, it's gonna rain. Believe me, it always rains when they say it's not gonna rain. You will be sunburned all the time if you're like me. I went to the pool yesterday with my coworker, layered on sunblock like nobody's business. I still got sunburned. The heck? So remember when I said there's so many birds here? Yeah, I'm scared of bird poop. There is no southern hospitality down here. Now, I'm from Georgia, like I said 100 times, and people open the door for you. They say, yes ma'am, no ma'am, yes sir, no sir. Polite. I mean, just you get a smile and you know, you could just chat out with somebody random and have no issue. But in Florida, people are a little bit standoffish, and I guess it's because of the culture here. There's a different culture, there's different people, different kinds of people, and in Georgia, there's just mostly southern people. There's just a lot of weird people here. If you hear on the news a headline, some crazy headline, it's almost always in Florida. You can think of any crazy headline. It's almost always in China or in Florida. So, that's what I like about Florida, and that's what I dislike about Florida. You can dislike so many things about your state. And I mean, honestly, there's a lot of things that I love and I don't love about Georgia too. But it's just a different state entirely from home, and I am used to home. But this is my new home and I'm getting used to it still. I've only been here for about 2 years and I plan on living here for a lot longer. If you're thinking about moving to Florida, just visit first. Believe me, you will want to visit it. You'll want to get to know the area you're going to be in and just try and enjoy yourself. I can rag on Florida all day long, but it's actually a really nice place to live. So that's my opinion on it, and I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, subscribe and like, and comment down below if you're from Florida or what you like about it and what you don't like about it. All right, see you guys later.